Right, well, we're just warming the engine up, ready for the lot to leave this nice port. Had a very nice time here, friends Amanda and Keith, and yeah, trotting around on our own. It's been good, about a stone heavier than when we came here. Right, onward to the next spot, Port de Cerises. Bye bye Paris. Right, over there is the Marne. Joining the Seine. We're going round the starboard, stay on the Seine.
Starting to look a little bit less like Paris now.
Scary lock. Right, hold on. It's a very nice house that's by the river. It's got our second lock already. Lock Vivo on the way to Melun. Right, we're just leaving Melun. It's a nice place to stop for a couple of days. We've got some quirky houses there. Unimaginable, complicated roof. If you tried, very beautiful. Here you've got a mixture of the old and the very new. It's like quirky house row, I think. There's a little port of Chartres over there, which we were thinking about staying in, but I don't think we're a bit too long, basically. The lengths you have to go to around here to get a good telereception. Right, well, we just docked at Seine, which is, I have to say, absolutely beautiful. Around here we have seem to have a little park connected to dry land by a bridge, but nice shady tree. Yeah, it's full of liveaboard boats. It's very full. The town quay is full, but we found this little quay. The Seine regatta is going on, apparently. There's so many boats out here.
This is the port of Valva. It's quite sweet.
This is Loch Champagne. Here's the entrance to the Canal de Long. Coming into Saint-Manon here. There's a boards over there, just eyeing us up for possible mooring. Quite a busy little port there, but yeah, it wasn't available mooring for us. Right, so we're heading off to the Yonne.
Okay, so this is the end of the Seine where we turn off into the Yonne. Straight ahead is the Petit Seine at Montereau Fort Yonne, and we're now turning off to the right and hoping to get a mooring.
End of the Seine. Start for the Yonne. Okay, we're at Monterey Fort Yonne, and we've just done sneaky rafting to fill up the water. There's just lots of liveaboard boats here that are taking up virtually the whole mooring. Nobody seems to be on these boats. There you go. We ended up over there on the silo. It's a disused silo that's got a big loading dock. Just waiting for this guy to clear the bridge, and we're off. Good luck, here we go. Around the corner and down the Seine. First lock of the day at the Yonne, and we're in a traffic jam already. Pull us tight, make sure we're tight in though. That's a big houseboat. Just about fits. It's hard getting a Dutch barge down the K&A. This is some skillful stuff here. Okay, so here we are on the Yonne, first of these sloping sided lock sides, and our rope doesn't get to the bollards and back. So although the lock keeper took it, he can't get it back to us. So until we get a chance to tie two together, we're doing this one without a rope. It's like tight rope without a safety net, I guess. Anyway, try and keep in the middle. See how it goes. Right, so the net result for the last lock was that we just manoeuvred the boat to stay in the middle, and the lock keeper filled it slowly for us as our rope wasn't long enough. But so now we swapped our main lines round, which has got an extra couple of metres on it. That should be enough to hopefully at the next cruise get back onto the boat. So if not, we'll just have to tie two ropes together. 3 locks starting on the Yonne which don't have floating pontoons, so we swap the ropes over, and they're long enough to get back on the boat, so it simplifies things a bit. It's a bit of a bizarre concept because I don't know what method you've got to keep your boat from touching the sides, really. Flat, boggy around here, lots of big pools, ponds, lakes. It's on the tight side, and it's a new thing. It's a floating pontoon, which makes life a lot easier in these slopey slidey blocks. So we just rafted up on that. Hopefully, with a bit of luck, the pontoon will rise majestically up the side of the lock with us attached to it. A groan of protest. Up we go. Okay, so we've got a cheeky mooring just after Villeneuve Lock on the probably derivation. It's the kind of bypass section of the Yonne, and yeah, this reminds us of the K&A because it's a really nice countryside, relatively small little canal. The only difference is stuff like this,
and this is a small one.
These guys really know what they're doing. Hopefully we're not on this way. I don't think we are. Perfect. Seine today. I've got one more lock to do. We tend to be doing at the moment, it's about 10 kilometres. This is Saint Martin, one side sloping and the other side straight. There's some really nice, not floating bollards, but rising bollards. So you get all sorts on the Yonne, don't you? Think about every different type of lock, I think. I do love the French market, and Seine's market is pretty spectacular because it's in a great, very old iron building which they've modernised, and the market's great as well. And yeah, the only downside is they don't let dogs in, which is sad. But anyway, yeah, there you go. Lovely market. Come to Seine, do your shopping. Bye salt. Having some fun and games with lockkeepers today. Nobody seems to be answering the radio. We're calling on channel 69. It's no joke. And yeah, nobody's saying anything, so I've got no idea what's going on. We ended up waiting for an hour because we thought maybe the lockkeeper had gone on his lunch break or something like that, even though now he said that the lock was open all day. I don't know what's going on. Nobody seems to. Some of the locks haven't got lights, you've got no idea they're doing anything. Some of the locks don't have tying up places, so you have to sort of hang around in the middle of the channel. Anyway, it's all a bit less than satisfactory today, which is a shame because the whole river's lovely. And, I'm in a mood, what can I tell you? I think this is the old village Barge, where the people used to come and do their washing. Oh, here's our Seine, is it? Or where are we? Seine? Seine? How do you spell? Seine. Here's our natural mooring, which is really lovely, just like we like it. And hopefully down here we have the culprit for all this row. As soon as you look at him, he goes really quiet. But there he is. Reason they're only opening at 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock. If it wasn't for the fact that we spoke to the lockkeeper where we moored last night, we wouldn't have known. So he basically told us to get here for 10 o'clock, otherwise we'd have been waiting for 4 hours.
So this is the confluence of the Canal de Bourgogne with the River Yonne. We're going to go round to the right under the bridge and into Evans Marine, Migen.
Okay, so we're in Evans International at Migen, and basically slightly scary situation because they're going to change the stuffing in the stern gland while we're still in the water, which is apparently what they always do. So it's not unusual for them, but it's a bit unusual for me. So anyway, we're gonna hopefully take some video of that if we're not bailing the boat out when all the
Ça
water's...
dépend de longueur, exact.
Oui, on a enroulé autour de l'axe avec monsieur et on a coupé.
Il est coupé bout à bout comme ça.
Oui, bout à bout.
Ok. Vous avez fait combien? 3?
3.
On va faire un quatrième encore besoin.
Au 4e.
Yeah. Hold on. This is the first lock on the Canal de Bourgogne, which is next year's mission. But rumour has it they're going to close the Canal de Bourgogne in 2025, so it's use it or lose it time. So hopefully next year for us down there. Well, we wondered why nobody was replying to our VHF 12s according to the book, and that's because none of the lock keepers at the Yonne seem to listen to the VHF or have VHF anymore, and there's a whole series of telephone numbers, none of which are in our books or on the Navi app, so it's all a bit of a mystery to us. But now the lock keeper has kindly photocopied all the numbers so we can actually talk to lock keepers and stuff like that. We weren't really wondering why nobody was answering the VHF, so I thought, well, we must have done something wrong. We can send to Coventry, but yeah, that's the gist. So we come, well, probably most of the way down the hill, talking to no one. But yeah, it all worked out, I suppose. So some of our last cruising is very, very nice. This river, stern gland is leaking, but not too bad. So all in all, not too worried at the moment, which is good. Derivation Gertie, I think. On the way to Boothby, last up of the day, and mooring natural.
Just seeing again, I think we last saw the head songs. You were born next time.
This is Bruy Lock, and in the distance you can see the spires of Auxerre.
So that's Matilda, the red boat.
Well, we're kind of in. I think this boat in front is going to move off this evening, so we'll be able to move up and get the back end on. But anyway, we are here. One bedroom apartment with cathedral views. Right. Well, there was me thinking that was the cathedral, but no, there's a big one. Well, here we are in Auxerre, and Melters right on the end, behind the large Matilda. We can't help feeling that Auxerre is slightly over-churched. It's a very beautiful place.